Hey everybody, Steven here, and today looking at the new game that was announced at Gamescom from Unknownworlds. This is Moonbreaker. So different style game than they've done in the past. And so this is going to be the trailer, kind of like a breakdown. It's really more just my reaction to it. And then with this is actually off of the GameSpot YouTube channel. They actually have part of the presentation that Charlie did in regards to the game, the thought process behind it, and breaks down a little bit of what the game entails. So let's go ahead and get this started here. It'll look weird because I'm watching this off YouTube. I've had the joy of playing this game, by the way.
Welcome to the party.
Vastly different than anything they've done before. So these are the miniatures that you essentially are using to battle. Turn-based style. Brandon Sanderson, the writer here. So there will be a story with all of this. And so you can see that turn-based style showing up here.
Grenades, anyone?
I like the art style. It's very vibrant and colorful. I like that as well. So you choose a leader, then you build a roster around that leader. That's a leader.
Come on, it's fun.
Yeah, orbital attacks. I mean, there's a lot going on with the game. You get to actually paint
Crowd goes wild.
the characters too, which is really awesome. I think they even showed in this. So here's the roster list. You select them, build your team, paint. So yeah, you get to go in and paint. And the way they've done this, really well done. Being able to highlight certain areas, so you just color like their arm or something like that, or a piece of armor versus the whole thing. So they've done it so it's not frustrating. Cool visual effects. Moonbreaker. So this is going into early access September 29th. So a month away basically.
And joining me from Unknownworlds is Charlie Cleveland. Charlie, Moonbreaker, it's real and it's so different than Subnautica. So
Yes,
tell us,
it is.
This departure, you guys like to kind of reinvent yourselves every game, right?
Yeah, so people thought we were kind of crazy for making Subnautica after making Natural Selection. We went from a strategy shooter to a pacifist underwater game, survival. So I feel like we've done this before. We love changing genres, but I'm hoping, our Subnautica fans will still come along for playing a digital miniatures game. I hope.
Well, it's so
So right there, right? Natural Selection was, it's a first-person shooter. They did 2 games, and then they go to Subnautica, and now going to this. So yeah, credit to Unknownworlds for taking chances and mixing it up, going into these new genres. The other question is, are they done with Subnautica? They're not. They've already, I've done a video on this. They have job openings right now for that. They are in early development for that game. And so they're still going to do another Subnautica game. But in the meantime, we have this. The timeline for that, and this is where I want to see a roadmap. They're going to release that here soon. With the roadmap release, we can see, all right, what's the plan for full release of this game? And once we have that, I don't know that they're going to launch Subnautica in early access while this game is still in early access. I think they'll close out this game, or at least it'll be towards the tail end of that, and then we'll see Subnautica in early access. If I had to guess, I think that's probably another year and a half out. It'd be awesome if it was sooner than that, but I mean, this stuff takes a while. Now, they've been acquired by Krafton, so that's the major company now. They're still their own entity, but this gives them more resources. So I am hoping that maybe the process is able to be sped up just a little bit because they have more resources available to them. But we shall see.
So cool, a digital miniatures game. Everyone loves miniatures, but how do you translate that into gameplay? What is the gameplay of this game?
So we're kind of channeling like a Guardians of the Galaxy or Firefly kind of feel. So you can see that
I can
from
see
the
that.
colorful art style we have. So you choose a captain and 10 crew. and
10
you build
crew.
a roster, kind of like a traditional miniatures game. And every unit in the game is really like strange and special and kind of game breaking. So yeah, you deploy units and you move them around on the battlefield and you get all these crazy game changing powers, kind of like Hearthstone meets XCOM, kind of.
Well, I mean, you see the gameplay here. It looks great, and it's coming soon, as we said, in the September.
There you can see. So if you look on the right-hand side, choose assists. And so you build these things up. So you're tweaking that roster and what the specialty is with it. So you get to tailor the gameplay a little bit. And I don't know if they're going to say in this, but I know early access, we can say, hey, this is going to be on Steam, probably Epic, Game Store. But looking at this, tablets being able to be portable with this game is one of the things that I think that we will see, because this just feels like it could be a great tablet game. But I don't think that they talk about if they're going to do that or not in this.
September, so you're not early access, you're not going to wait long. But the thing I want to get to is the painting of miniatures, which we saw a tease of in the trailer. And I know you actually, painting was cathartic for you sort of during the pandemic, right?
Yeah, so the painting, I mean,
There
you
can
can't
see in the
have a miniatures
background,
game without
just
painting.
coloring the skin, nothing
And
else.
During the lockdown, I just found myself like,
Just the
learning to
portion of the
draw and
helmets.
just zoning out and feeling really relaxed when the world was basically falling apart around us. And we were
And actually, so if you can see on the right-hand side there, there's a lot in the paint, not only the colors, but you're looking at what's the texture going to look like, right? Is it going to be shiny? Is it going to be more flat? Working on highlights, so you can actually take a basic flat color, put it on something, and then come back in and really add a little bit of shine to the highlights or the kind of the grooves that armor, for instance, may have on it, and it just makes that pop more.
really tried to capture that feeling. It's not like Photoshop or like special technical tools or anything like that. We just simulate washes, dry brushing. We've got decals.
Dry brushing, there we go, decals.
This feels like you're actually painting a real miniature. And I have to say, because everyone is surprised by it, like all the miniatures you see painted in the game are all painted with the tool. Wow. So it's like actually pretty powerful.
Amazing. Well, it's so cool that you're
Yeah,
revealing
that
it
looks
here, and
great.
It's playable at Gamescom, right?
It is. It's here. You guys are the first ones to play it.
Wow.
And oh yeah, it's more. We're over in the Crafton booth.
Okay.
Crafton booth.
And for everyone else around the world, they're not going to wait long, right?
Yes, we'll be on Steam Playtest in September. We have a couple open weekends, and then we're going to be launching into Steam Early Access September 29th. So it's really close.
Only a month away, Moonbreaker. Charlie, thank you so much for
Thanks.
coming all the way out here.
Thank you.
I know you had a tough time
My pleasure.
getting here, but
Thank you,
made it.
everyone.
All right, Charlie Cleveland with Unknownworlds. Thank you so much, Charlie.
That is it. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, because the Subnautica fans very dedicated to the game. It's just a great community. I love the dev team and them branching out into this new territory. Curious to see if it's something that is of interest to the Subnautica community, because I think they're gonna get new fans that are looking for a strategy like turn-based game like this with miniatures, and then pulling over some of the Subnautica fans over to this. And it essentially, because I'm not a turn-based guy, but giving that group a new game to potentially explore, where maybe you're like, I don't really want to do that, and then you play the game, you're like, okay, I really, really like this. So I'm curious, and like I said, I've got to play the game, and it's different. It's just so different to anything that they've done. And I'm not a turn-based game person myself, but one of the cool things with this going into early access is you're going to be able to play, because you can play AI and you can play the computer, but you can actually play other people. So the multiplayer aspect of this is something that we're going to get that we don't really get with Subnautica. So playing your friends or just other people that'll do matchmaking, and you'll get to actually play them online and seeing other people's strategies and things like this. So I want to hear from everybody. What do you think of this reveal? What do you think of what Unknownworlds is doing with this game going into this new genre? Especially just because it is so vastly different, because you go from the shooter to the open world exploring game, and now this this game, right? This turn-based game, this strategy game. So that's actually going to be it for this one, everybody. Let me know what you think, like I said, in the comment section. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button for me. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.